peace for Ukraine or Urain. Our programs offer many languages. Please visit suprememastertv.com/schedule.
Nos programmes offrent plusieurs langues. Veuillez visiter suprememastertv.com/schedule.
Nuestros programas ofrecen varios idiomas. Visiten suprememastertv.com/schedule.
మా కార్యక్రమాలు అందజేస్తున్నాయి అనేక భాషలలో. దయచేసి చూడండి suprememastertv.com/schedule.
Jean Baur of Farm Sanctuary was presented the Shining World Compassion Award and a humble token contribution of $10,000 by Supreme Master Qinghai, Vegan, in 2020 for the safe haven with much love and gratitude in Heaven's mercy. Continue watching to find out more.
Our lifestyle choices, especially our eating patterns, are the most powerful determinant of our healthy destiny. And when it comes to what we eat, nothing beats a diet that is centered around plants. Dr. Michelle McMacken, MD, Vegan.
One struggle, one fight, human freedom, animal rights. One struggle, one fight, human freedom, animal rights.
Compassionate viewers, Wok Lin is a friendly way of asking what's happening in Bermudian English. I am Iantia. The joyful people of the Bermudas or Summers Isles invite you to embrace the noble, loving vegan lifestyle for the benefits of all.
Be veg, go green, do good deed, to keep world peace.
Welcome to the concluding episode of our two-part show, Jean Baur Vegan, a powerhouse for veganism. Jean Baur Vegan, a Shining World Compassion Award recipient, is an animal people rights activist and author. He is the president and co-founder of Farm Sanctuary, also a Shining World Compassion Award recipient, an organization dedicated to ending animal cruelty of intensive animal people factories and promoting the compassionate vegan lifestyle. Although Mr. Baur works in many ways to protect their lives, he feels that rescuing animal individuals from a certain death is the most rewarding way. For nearly 4 decades, Mr. Baur has done everything in his power to shift the American food system towards veganism. He has given lectures to thousands of students, appeared on national television, authored 2 best-selling books, and published numerous newspaper articles. His first book, Farm Sanctuary: Changing Hearts and Minds About Animals and Food, published in 2008, looks into the true cause of animal people meat. His second book, Living the Farm Sanctuary Life, published in 2015 and co-authored with Jean Stone Vegan, delves into why it is important for us to live in harmony with our basic values. What drives his determination to keep working for the lives of others?
The more that I have learned and witnessed and observed what happens in animal agriculture, the deeper my conviction has been that we need to challenge this system. We need to move government and institutional supports and infrastructures away from what has caused so much harm to other animals, people, and the planet. So it's caused me to recognize that what we do to other animals also affects us, and our food choices and our relationships with other animals have profound impacts on the entire planet. So this is a very important issue, and my dedication to doing something about it has only deepened.
Jean's wide-ranging efforts extend from getting animal people protection laws passed to encouraging restaurant chains to increase their vegan options. He shares some of his many successes.
We have worked to pass laws to prohibit the inhumane confinement of animals on factory farms. We've also been able to prohibit the production and sale of foie gras in some states, which is where they force feed ducks and geese with a pipe shoved down their throat so their liver gets to be 10 times its normal size. And this expensive product that's sold as foie gras. We've also been able to work with businesses and encourage them to sell more vegan and vegetarian foods. One of our biggest successes there was back in the 1990s when we were able to convince Burger King to sell a veggie burger nationwide. And now they're selling the Impossible Whopper. So it's steps in this direction where more plant foods are becoming more available, which I think are positive. We have a long way to go, but we're making some success there.
Jean explains that for many years, the US government has both enabled and supported inhumane livestock factories.
Unfortunately, government programs have subsidized and enabled a cruel factory farming system. In the United States, farm animals have been excluded from basic humane protections, including under the Federal Animal Welfare Act. So I think laws have actually protected abusers. And so that needs to change. But government programs also allocate billions of dollars in investments every year, which have supported factory farming. Animal agriculture has preferential access to water, land, fossil fuels, and other valuable resources. And at the same time, they're not made accountable for when they pollute water or they destroy parts of the earth. And so these are what they call externalities, external costs. And the industry should be made to pay for their external costs and the harm they're causing, and they should be made to pay the fair value for water and other resources that they use and squander.
In 2023, the US federal government will pass a new farm bill that will allocate over $700 billion in grants and subsidies for food production and distribution. While previous farm bills have provided massive subsidies to the animal people livestock industry, Mr. Baur hopes to change this.
In addition to continuing to work to stop cruelty, I think what we're going to be doing more of is trying to take the billions of dollars that are spent every year in agriculture in the United States and start tilting that and shifting the investments away from factory farming towards more plant-based agriculture, more community-centered farms that are good for the earth, good for farmers, good for consumers. We should be growing plant foods instead of animal foods. We can feed more people with less land and fewer resources by shifting to plant-based agriculture. So that is what we're attempting to do right now.
Mr. Baur believes that by redirecting its subsidies, the US government could play an important role in the shift to a vegan lifestyle.
There are enormous opportunities for the US government to support plant-based agriculture instead of factory farming. Unfortunately, the meat, dairy, and egg industries are very deeply entrenched in Washington, and they're aligned with the pharmaceutical industries, with the oil industries. And so we have a lot of work to do. But I believe that most citizens would rather not cause unnecessary harm to other animals. I think most citizens would rather live on a planet and in an environment that's not being polluted and destroyed by factory farming. And I think most people would rather eat food that is nourishing instead of food that makes us sick, which is being produced on factory farms. So if we can shift policies to better align with our citizens' interests and our citizens' values, we can see a big shift, and I hope we will.
Vegan side effect. Can't help feeling the extra joy.
We will take a moment to pick some fresh herbs from our organic garden and will return shortly. Please stay tuned to Supreme Master Television.
Russia, go home.
Peaceful viewers, welcome back to our program, Jim Baur Vegan, a powerhouse for veganism, part 2 of 2. One of the objectives of Farm Sanctuary is to inform and educate the public about the many benefits of veganism.
Another very important part of our work is to raise awareness and let citizens know and let individuals know that they can each make a difference by making more mindful food choices. And so often in this world, we look around and we see things that are very disturbing, and we wonder, what can I do about it? The good news is that each of us every day through our food choices can make a positive difference. We have the power. By eating plants instead of animals, we can make a world of difference.
There are 211 countries and regions which have animal people protection laws. Bhutan is one of them. Bhutan Penal Code. A defendant shall be guilty of the offense of malicious mischief if he causes serious bodily injury to an animal person. Malicious mischief is a misdemeanor with a minimum sentence of 1 year and a maximum of less than 3 years. Obey the law of your country. No more animal people slaughterhouses. No more hurting. No more murdering them to eat, to lab test, or for any reason at all. Be vegan. Make peace. So be it.
Mr. Baur explains that widespread adoption of the vegan lifestyle would protect many lives, both of humans and the animal people.
I think that working to protect animals from suffering ultimately helps to protect people from suffering, including people who work in the food industry. If you think about what it would be like to work in a slaughterhouse for 8 hours a day, I think it becomes clear that this is not something that most people would want to do. So cruelty to animals is bad for animals. It's also bad for people. And so a big part of our work is just trying to persuade and convince and raise awareness among farmers as well as among consumers that a plant-based food system is good for everybody.
Mr. Baur has a simple idea to promote a more vegan population.
I think one of the best ways to promote a more vegan population is to show how tasty and accessible vegan food is. And I really love how Loving Hut does this all around the world.
Over the years, Jim Baur's work has been recognized internationally. He was the recipient of the Shining World Compassion Award from Supreme Master Qinghai Vegan in 2020, was inducted into the US Animal Rights Hall of Fame in 2001, was hailed by Time magazine as the conscience of the food movement, and was named one of the world's top 100 most influential vegans in 2017 by Plant-Based News. Despite his many awards, Mr. Baur is humble about his work.
It's nice always to be recognized, but that's not why I do this. I do this because it needs to be done. And it's wonderful to see so many people that share these concerns, that are getting involved. And sometimes the most important work is being done, in fact, by people that don't get awards.
As the interview drew to a close, we asked Mr. Baur what his hopes were for the future.
Ultimately, we need an entirely new and different system. One that does not see animals as exploitable commodities, and a system that is based on mutuality instead of extraction, where we create relationships with other animals, including wild animals, and the earth that are mutually beneficial instead of relationships that are predicated on human beings mistreating, exploiting, and then ultimately killing other animals. If I could make a wish for the world, it would be that we live with compassion for each other and for other animals and for the earth, that we live in relationships of mutuality instead of relationships of extraction and abuse, which sadly is the norm when it comes to animal agriculture.
In closing, Mr. Baur also shared some kind words for Supreme Master Television and its viewers.
Thank you so much for the work you're doing to raise awareness. Thank you to everybody who is paying attention and concerned about these issues and taking steps to create a kinder world.
Our heartfelt appreciation to you, Jean Baur, for your unwavering commitment and hard work to the liberation of animal people and the promotion of the vegan lifestyle. May you be blessed with even more success in these noble endeavors. For more information on Jean Baur, please visit gomacro.com/Jean-Baur-Farm-Sanctuary. For more information on Farm Sanctuary, please visit farmsanctuary.org.
Vegan, a renewed saintly being.
Lovely viewers, thank you for your company today. Coming up next is Unconditional Help and Love is the Answer, Part 1 of 12, on Between Master and Disciples, right after noteworthy news. May all beings be healthy and loved in a benevolent vegan world.
Russia, leave Ukraine or you reign now. Peace be with you too.
Be vegan, make peace, do good deeds, hell not reach.
Our programs offer many languages. Please visit suprememastertv.com/schedule and suprememastertv.com/VE